To create a pocket like this one, which is called a lot of different names, sometimes it's a bound pocket, it could be a pipe pocket, it could be a jetted pocket. This one I called a double bound pocket because there are two pieces here. We got the lining, the pocket bag, and we got the opening. Now, preparing this, I have first of all my outer fabric with the marking to where my pocket goes. Then I got these piping. I have prepared it, so I have folded and ironed. So I've got two of these, and I'm going to place it on top of my fabric from at the right side, equal to the two marking of the pocket opening, like this. And then I place the other one exactly the same, so they're just against each other. Now, of course, it's a little bit complicated to see my marking, so to assure that, I take a pin and put it in here so I know where it is, and again the other one as well. That's away. Now, I also got the lining for the pocket bag, and I put a piece of fabric at top of it. This is the facing, because I don't want, when I'm looking into my pocket, to see the bag. So I have placed some facing in the same fabric as the outer fabric. Okay, it's time to get started. Now, doing this here, this bound pocket, I'm going to sew in at each side. I'm going to start a little bit outside my marking, but I'm going to sew exactly in the middle of this piping, because if I do that, I'll show you in a second what happened, because then we've got to cover the hole when we're later going to cut it open like this. Now I'm going to sew the other side, and it's supposed to be, yeah, not just accurate, 100%, because it's going to start and end exactly at the same place. Otherwise you won't get a nice square. Now, nearly there. Now you got it, you see they're just at the same spot. Let's remove that loose thread here. Now this is the first part. The next part, you could have placed it at the same time as your piping, but sometimes it's just so much easier if you do it like this, because then you're more certain about the result. So place my facing right against right, turn it around, make sure it's still in line with the lower piping, and now it's time to stitch this one. Of course you can stitch it here, but it is important that you stitch exactly in the same stitching as you just had. So that's the reason why I do it from the left side. So now we got it like this, our piping down here, our pocket lining, and now it's got to cut it open. This is something that can make people really scared, because if you don't do this accurate as well, it's not going to work. I start cutting in the center, in the middle, open up like this, stop approximately 1.5 from first stitch, unfold it here as well, and cut it. If you cut it too much, it's going to be broken. If you don't cut it enough, you can't make a proper square. So there is just one thing to do. Perfect. Now I can put it all to the back. And in a second you'll see we actually got a bound pocket. Now just need to iron, and as usual ironing is quite important, but doing something like this it's even more important. So I'm going to iron, and now after ironing you see we got the nice welt pocket or bound pocket, double bound pocket, and we now just have to finish it up at the back side. Now first of all I open up here, you see after cutting I got this small triangle. Now I'm going to secure that, but make sure your piping is not crossing. They just have to be together, not upon each other. So I'll just sew as close as possible to this triangle just to secure this spot here. So you see now I can make a proper square. I'll do the other side as well. Open up, place my piping just against each other and stitch it. And you see now we got a nice pocket opening. Now I'm just going to take the back, place it in line like this. Now I'll again open up and close my pocket. This time I just do it 1 centimeter from the edge. It is because I have already secured this one. If I did both in one, I need to sew it in here instead, so to secure and close the pocket at the same time. Now the other one, got to sew that side as well, and we're nearly done. Now you see we got it here, we got our pocket, but unfortunately it's open up here. Now of course I could use a top, I could make a top stitching here. That's one way of doing, but if I did that before closing anything and before folding my pocket lining, I would have made a top stitch here so I could get that effect. But right now I just want to have a stitching that's not visible, so I'm going to stitch it in the shadow of the seam. And now we got a nice stitching here. You see it's attached, but it's not to be seen, and we've got our pocket. Now it's time we can just overlock it in here, overlock the top and overlock the side together, and we've got our nice pocket. Did you like what you just seen, and do you want to learn more? Then subscribe. I'll constantly develop and upload new things, all based upon the professional way of sewing.
All the best from me and good luck with your work.